Hello and welcome to Islamic Finance Weekly. I am Rahma Say Muhammad. Non-interest banking has been described as a catalyst for financial inclusion, with immense opportunities to reach out to millions of the unbanked population across rural areas in Nigeria. At the 7th edition of the African International Conference of Islamic Finance, we engaged stakeholders at the conference on non-interest banking and prospects for its growth. So stay tuned with us to enjoy this engaging conversation.
Yes, I do. I actually have five. Yes, absolutely. And to be honest, using it has been wonderful. A lot of benefit has come out of it, and also not only even personal, but also corporate as well. Yeah.
Yes, I have one with Lotus Bank.
Yes, I do. It has, to say the least, been an exciting experience for me. It has been a new experience. It has been a cheap way to bank, and it also has been profitable. So it has been both cheap and profitable.
Yes, I have at least three or four.
Yes, I do. Alternative bank, precisely. It's been relatively okay over the years. I think I opened the account like 2 years now, and I think the major key point is personally I do not want to have anything that deals with interest, right? So even when I was having conventional bank accounts, I typically do current accounts. So instead of you paying me interest into my account, I'd rather you deduct the COT. So yeah, the services has been okay. Definitely it won't be without any glitches, right? But then over and above, the services have been fine. Yeah.
I do. Yeah, the non-interest bank account is quite different from the conventional bank account, and one of the comforts you get from the non-interest bank account is some of these deductions that you get every now and then. You know, it doesn't apply like that for the non-interest bank. And sometimes when you are pressed and you need to get some funding, you could walk in and have some arrangement. I think it's quite impactful and it's a way to go.
I would say, like every other grassroots outreach, it is about going there, going out there. You actually have to meet the persons where you were talking about. So I think that there has to be opportunities where, mini shops, micro shops are set out or set up in the locations where these unbanks reside, and then there needs to be education. The people need to understand what it is about and what it can do for the society. So I think a lot of persons will come on board if they understand, number one, that it is harmless, number two, that it is helpful, and the benefits of these accounts, if it can be put out there and be put at within reachable distances, just like you have agency banking done. So I think that will really help to improve the reach of non-interest banking.
For a microfinance bank, the main something is for the unbanked, the underbanked, and the underserved. Our responsibility as a bank is to include all. So when you're talking about financial inclusion, we have people are excluded for religion reasons. So for us in Nigeria, we are forced to be licensed, and we are including a lot of people, the underserved, the unserved. So as we got the information yesterday from the Emir of Kano, he said we should go back to the grassroots, and from that we are promising that when we go to Djibouti, we are going to do more to those under the at the bottom of the pyramid be included, inshallah.
I think the first thing is to have a lot of orientation, because a lot of people, do not understand how it works. Everybody wants to get something at the end of the day. And sometimes when they hear Sharia compliance, they don't really understand. So the awareness has to really go out there so that people will understand how it works and also the benefits. For non-interest banking system, the major focus is on impact, how they want it to impact people's life. Of course, they also want to make some profit, but it's not the way it's driven in the other, commercial banking system.
I think a lot of it has to do with education. A lot of people, when they think of non-interest, nobody wants their money to be stagnant. So that's the difficulty I've had to explain to people in the past, That's non-interest doesn't mean that if you put 1,000 naira, it's going to remain 1,000 naira. It's just there are a lot of things that surround Islamic finance, which also includes certainty and all of that. So you have certainty and you know that what you're working towards is what you're going to get. So I think there needs to be a lot of enlightenment and education, because a lot of people think of non-interest and they think, oh, my money is just going to remain stagnant and it's not going to increase or nothing is going to change. So if there's more enlightenment and we have more of these talks on how non-interest works, then people will understand how the contracts work and how their money works, and it's just going to be more inclusive. So we want everybody to do Islamic finance. We want everybody to have non-interest accounts. It's ethical investment. You know what your money is going for and you use it for what it's going for.
The reason being, Islamic finance has to play a very key role in the agricultural sector moving forward. We all know what's happening with the interest rates in conventional banking. And because of the nature of conventional banking, it's not suitable to agriculture because of the long gestation periods for you to actually plant, gestate, harvest, and get your value. Most of the time you realize that conventional banking interest rates actually subsume the value even before the agricultural product actually comes to fruition. Centers around the importance for Islamic finance to come in and start to get more market value or market space within the agricultural sector.
What is most important, or how we can do that, is to increase the awareness. So you have in this event presently the major stakeholders, but what are they really doing in terms of getting across to the people on the ground? So if I ask me, how much of the non-interested transactions or business do our family members know? Do my own neighbors know? Probably I was coming now this morning in a cab, right? The driver too didn't really know much about Islamic finance. So there's a whole lot. Basically, I think aggressive marketing is what is really required in creating that much needed awareness, and also ensuring that the financial literacy goes deep down to every nook and cranny, go from schools, universities, primary schools, and what have you.
Well, yes, technology. Possibly the disruption is out. So there's nothing we can do without, leverage on the technology. So for us as a bank, let me say for microfinance bank generally, one of the problems we are facing is technology because of the costs. Our capital is very, very low and the cost, but notwithstanding, we are trying our best. For us in the bank, we have drawn a roadmap and we are achieving our goal. Alhamdulillah.
Okay, actually, the non-interest at the moment need to work on the technology. Looking at what is really obtainable at the moment, right? And if you look at the data, we only have 60 plus million BVN, and also we are looking at around 360 something million accounts. But looking at the our population, we still have a lot of people that are excluded. So if looking at the north, if they can use technology to deepen the penetration in terms of, because people in the north, I mean, they're all looking for faith aligned, products. So, and you need to also do a lot of product development to fit the market, because it's not just in the boardroom. The market is the one you are providing the product for. So if they can do that, I believe they can be able to, deepen financial inclusion and also have a lot of people to actually participate in the non-interest market as well.
We have identified Islamic finance as a critical funding source for us, and we continue to find ways to extend it. And we're actually building stronger partnerships. We're actually planning a trip to Bahrain, where a lot of that is situated. We have very deep relationships in the Middle East, in the Gulf, particularly in the UAE, and it's all to mobilize, finance for development. We are focused on really changing the structure of African economies. We're very focused on more value capture and more value retention. We're very focused on import substitution. Why? Because we know that that's how you create jobs. We keep talking about, the demographic advantage that we have. We would have to turn that into a real advantage by job creation. And so the focus is really on how to mobilize finance, make investments that transform our resources into value additive projects and create jobs in that process.
We've heard their voices. With the Payment Vision 2028 developed by the Central Bank of Nigeria to enhance financial inclusion in Nigeria, leveraging non-interest banking will be critical to achieving scale in financial inclusion across Nigeria. And here is me wishing you compliment of the season. And with that, I say, don't forget to keep the date to us next week on the program. Follow us on all of our social media platforms displayed on the screen. Thank you for watching. And as always, I am Rahma Say Muhammad.